My name is Cecilia Liu. I'm the head team librarian at the Levittown Public Library. Today, we are very honored to have a representative from the three trade college to present today's workshop, the Trade College Panel Discussion. The first one we are going to introduce is the Learn Center. The Learn Center is the only New York State Education Department licensed school to teach heavy equipment operation and safety, featuring a fully equipped construction yard and a classroom facility. We are very happy we can have John, uh, Judy to present today's program. Let's hear from John to talk about the program and curriculum at the Learn Center. Welcome, John.
Hi everyone. Thanks for having us. We did a presentation not too long ago with Access VR. Some of you probably aware who they are. So we had a presentation. So I'm gonna do that same presentation with PowerPoint. So just give me a minute here. I'm gonna try and share my screen. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Great. Okay, so my name is John Guidi. We represent the Learn Center. Just want to thank you for the opportunity to present here today. Learn Center is a very unique program. We offer students an opportunity to train on heavy equipment operation. There are a few programs that offer this type of instruction across the country, and we feel that ours is really the most premier hands-on style training.
Only licensed.
Construction industry is booming. And there's a consistent shortage of machine operators nationwide. Our main goal is to find our students employment, at the same time filling the employment need of the construction industry.
Good.
Our family's been in the industry since the 1960s. We've made a lot of contacts over the years, so we have a great network of leads for our students. We help our students prepare for job hunting, with resume building, interview training, job searches, and we do a lot of stuff to try and place students in the industry. Not only to train them, but to really help them find a job. Our students, we have students that come from all over. We do specialize a lot in vocational rehabilitation. We have people that are recovering from disabilities, re-entering society. A lot of people, especially lately, that have become unemployed that are looking to get into a new career. So we do a lot of that stuff. We do a lot of veterans and GIs were approved for the post 9/11 GI Bill, so we accept funding through there. And there's a short video clip I'll play here. This is one of our students, Brandon Lee, who graduated. He was an access student. And he actually has a prosthetic leg.
I'm Brandon Lee. In 2008, I had a devastating accident. I always worked my hands, but due to this accident, I lost my leg, and I wasn't able to work the same again. But I met people at the learn, and they brought me in, and they treated me like family.
You were on the stairs.
I had to drive,
High school.
and this experience has been amazing. Not only in less than a year of graduating, I got a job, I got a new truck, and I'm about to buy a new one. So to everybody at the Learn Center, thank you so much.
So, in addition to stuff like this, we've really been focusing on high school students that are looking, at the idea of going to college or going to a career school. And we've been attending a lot of high school career fairs, getting with transition counselors just to kind of get the field out there. Because a lot of kids just don't know that it even exists. They see people out on construction sites operating heavy equipment, but, hey, how do I do something like that? How do I get trained for that? A lot of people just are under the impression that, you got to get into the union, and that's kind of a whole nother thing, but it's not really the reality. But we kind of found that niche, and we created this school. We're the only school licensed in New York State by the Department of Ed to certify people on this equipment. And so far we've been very successful with it. And we're, again, just trying to get the word out that this is an opportunity for many different people out of high school and even older people that are changing careers. And our curriculum, each course consists of 4 modules. It's a total of 12 days of instruction. So essentially it would take you 12 days to be fully certified on one piece of equipment. It's 84 hours, and 80% of this training is actually out on the machine. So, we specialize in teaching real world job conditions and scenarios so the students are exposed to the realities of the trade, not just learning out of a book. And obviously the second part of it is we push safety. Safety is number one when it comes to heavy equipment. So we do our classroom instruction is primarily mostly about the safety part of it. We also do additional training through OSHA and New York City DOB. So we make sure we get the students their certifications that they need to become, to get into the industry. Just a brief synopsis of our facility. We have a 1.4 acre site in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are right near LIR and MacArthur Airport. We own all of our own equipment, and we have plenty of equipment as we try to maintain as much as we can, a 1-to-1 ratio where each student gets their own piece of equipment and gets specialized attention from their instructors. And then, obviously the lucky thing with us with COVID is that a lot of our instruction is outside, and for most of the time you are outside of that 6-foot rule. So it's really not a huge issue for us with COVID, which is good. But obviously our classrooms are all set up to the appropriate guidelines, and we've been pretty good with it so far. Finally, cost and financing. Total cost of a curriculum on one piece of equipment is $9,060. That includes registration. So each student who completes the program receives a 84-hour training certificate and the operator wallet card, which you'll see in the picture there. That's actually my brother, who's one of the instructors. And because we are heavy equipment's regulated by OSHA, it's federal, so your certification is good nationwide. It's not something that's just New York. We offer financing through Teachers Federal Credit Union, which is actually through a partnership with Eastern Suffolk BOCES. Because we are a smaller program, we don't have, we're not Title IV schools, so we don't have financial aid, things like that. So we do offer student loans through BOCES. So you basically enroll through BOCES, you still attend that program here. And then we do have some in-house financing through Meritize Bank. And we also are approved vendor through Access VR and the post 9/11 GI Bill. And that's pretty much all I got. So thank you. That was just a brief overview, and look forward to any questions anybody has.
Thank you, John, for such valuable information. And we will have some questions for you afterwards, so please stay tuned.
Sure.
Next one, we're going to move to the Nassau BOCES. Nassau BOCES, the Adult Career and Technical Education Program, provides industry-aligned career training and experience, empowering students by assisting them with acquiring the employable skills necessary for the 21st century workforce. Students benefit from industrial connection, on-site technical training, and job-related certifications in order to become more knowledgeable and successful employees. Now, today, we are very honored to have the representative, Mr. Barr, come to talk about what kind of program that the BOCES offer to the student and the adult.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity to join you and speak with you prospective students. My name is Brad Slepian. I'm the assistant principal of the Adult Career and Technical Education programs at Nassau BOCES Adult Education. I grew up on Long Island and did not know about all the opportunities that BOCES had to offer, especially for adults. Even in high school, our high school career and technical education programs like Barry Tech, GC Tech in Levittown, as well as our Long Island High School for the Arts, are all amazing programs that you have an opportunity to get some technical training in a field you're interested in high school in your junior and senior years. Once you transition into being an adult and an adult learner, we have a ton of different programs that are out there and you are eligible for. So I would be excited to talk to you about many of them, but just talking about the overview of the adult education program, we are comprised of over 3,000 students, believe it or not. Many of our students, about 1,800 students, are involved in ESL, learning English as a second language classes, or students who are gaining their high school equivalency. That actually takes place over in Levittown at our Adult Learning Center located at the St. Bernard's Church. More importantly for me is the Adult Career and Technical Ed program, where we have about 1,200 students each year who are training in a number of different trades. For over 50 years, BOCES has been around and providing these services, and like myself, I had no idea they were even available. If I knew about them when I was your age, I might have a very different pathway. But most importantly, we have really revamped our programs over the last few years. I'm going to share a quick video just to show you a little bit about our space and our programs. It's only about 30, 40 seconds, and then I'll come back and share a little bit more about our programs directly from me. All right. That video was obviously filmed well before COVID, as no one is wearing any face coverings or face masks or face shields. But I will happily share that we have definitely been following CDC and local guidelines with COVID, with the ability to have been running in-person classes since last August. So we have in-person classes, online classes, and some hybrid model classes as well. Most of our training programs are just around 1 year, and many of them do culminate in an industry certification. So I'd love to talk a little bit more about our different programs very briefly for you, but I'm certainly welcome to answer any questions you have towards the end of today's session, just to personalize and talk to you a little bit more about some different trades that you might be interested in. So our main building is 1196 Prospect Avenue. It's the Joseph M. Barry Career and Technical Education Training Center. We are located in Westbury. So in this building, we do offer a slew of services. In the animal services, we have pet grooming and veterinary assistant programs. In automotive, we have an auto collision and automotive institute is our auto mechanics class. So automotive institute is about 10 months long. It is definitely one of our more popular programs, and you will come out of this with a national certification through automotive service excellence, something that you will definitely need when you do enter the workforce. Our auto collision program does body works if you're looking to work in an auto collision or body shop. Perfect fit for you. We also have a light diesel engine program. So introduction to light diesel is incorporated in our Automotive Institute program for the mechanics, but it also is a standalone course as well. Thinking about our construction trades, we have plumbing, we have trade electric, we have a refrigeration and air conditioning technician training program, as well as a welding program. Our facility is state of the art, definitely a lot of interest when people walk in the door, and we do take visitors by appointment during COVID, but happy to share with you anything about our space if you are interested. Our space is a high school during the day at Barry Tech High School, but it does switch over into adult education starting at 3 p.m. So if you are interested in a tour, construction trades are definitely some of the most intriguing locations and shops. I'd be happy to show you around and schedule an appointment with you. Thinking past construction, we have a cosmetology program for folks who are looking to get in the industry and complete a 1,000-hour cosmetology program. That program is on a rolling admissions basis, so we can take on new students at any time. Even if you're someone who has started your training or looking to just get a refresher in cosmetology, we'll take you there too. We're in a pandemic. I'm always eager to talk about our healthcare trades. So our health occupations, our biggest program is a 10-month-long program called Clinical Medical Assistant. It is an intense program where you will have the opportunity to get a national certification as a medical assistant. There's an opportunity for a certification as a phlebotomy technician, as well as an EKG technician. We also offer phlebotomy as a standalone course as well. where you can get your national certification, as well as a medical billing coding program. So our billing coding program is geared towards medical offices, not hospitals. So do keep that in mind if that is a program you're interested in. We definitely want to get you out into the workplace working in a medical office as a biller coder, if that interests you. Lastly, we also have a dental assistant program. For all of our healthcare classes, we do require students to take a TABE exam. That's the Test of Adult Basic Education. It is not meant as a barrier for you, but we do want to understand where our students are coming in, what reading levels you are, your math capabilities, to make sure that it is the right fit for you. Lastly, a couple other classes to mention. We do have manufacturing training programs, as well as a new program, which is an environmental technician training program. So a lot of exciting things to share in the CTE program. As I mentioned before, we also have ESL classes, as well as high school equivalency classes. All of our programs lead to employment in many high-need areas across Long Island and beyond, especially those that will provide national certifications. We work very closely with government and industry just to make sure that we are providing the best training, produce high-quality employees. We want to make sure that students are getting the best training to make sure they're as marketable as possible. But we want to really help students connect their passion with their career. And from the employer side, we want to make sure that we are providing the opportunities for the most impressive candidates coming out of our training programs that are really in line with the industry standard. So we do have an industry advisory board that helps guide all of our training programs to make sure we are definitely providing the right students and the right training to these employers. One I know John had mentioned with the Learn Center, OSHA. So we do definitely partner with OSHA in the sense that we have an OSHA 10 general industry class attached to many of our programs, as well as an OSHA 30 class for construction. At the moment, you cannot work on any New York City construction site without an OSHA 30 card. So that is definitely one of the most important classes that you can take that's involved in all of our construction training programs. We are tuition-based. We do not offer financial aid, but we are able to support you with finding the right grants and scholarship opportunities through our partnerships. So we definitely partner with the town of Hempstead, the town of Oyster Bay, agencies like Access VR, as John mentioned from the Learn Center as well. If you are an adult with a disability, there are opportunities. If you are an adult with a disability, if you are underemployed or unemployed, there are certain opportunities that we can connect you with to help sponsor you for the training programs at Nassau BOCES Adult Ed. All of our training programs lead to entry-level employment, and we're all about lifelong learners and stackable credentials. We want you to have the opportunity to come back and earn additional certifications. I talk about students who might be a clinical medical assistant who wants to get into the healthcare field. They know they love working with patients. They want to be in a clinical setting, but the sky's the limit. You may not stop there. You may then launch into becoming either a nurse, a doctor, you name it. But it's all about experiencing these classes, especially like clinical and medical assistant. We do have a 160-hour externship that is attached to that program as well. So we do really give you the real world working experience to be able to go out in the real world and be ready to go. Students can go to college and attend school here at Nassau BOCES. I say that because we say we service students from 18 to 80. Ultimately, we have some students who are working during the daytime and coming to classes in the evening. Students who might be going to college during the daytime and coming to classes in the evening. And we also have some students who went to college, figured out it wasn't for them. They might have found their passion in a specific trade. But more importantly, there's always a home to come back to us with adult education. All of our students, whether it's in the ESL, HSE programs or in our adult career and technical ed programs, as well as our programs for adults with disabilities, get to work with our Career and Employment Center. So our Career and Employment Center, we like to say, has a nice hug around all of our programs because we will have job developers and counselors pop into classes early on. So not just towards the back end when you are officially job ready, but really helping you out with everything from resume writing, interview skills, soft skill training, and making sure that you understand where you stand and what type of job you're really looking for. We have employers who are always posting jobs with us. So we want to connect our students with different jobs in the trade that you are studying. What I say to students is what you put into it is what you get out of it. When I talk about automotive, we have students who get jobs at Jiffy Lube and Mavis. Great jobs. We have students who get job placements at BMW or Audi. what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So, we always want to send strong students to the most strong job postings with our industry partners, but most importantly, there's a career pathway out there for everyone. We just want to help connect you to understand what makes you tick, what your passions are, and connect you to an industry and a job and a career pathway that feels right for you. I'm happy to talk more about our programs, but I definitely want to give some time to our other presenters, and happily we'll field any questions towards the end of the show.
Thank you, Brad, for such important information. We do have some questions for you later on, so stay tuned.
Great.
The last institute we are going to present the workshop today is the Island Drafting and Technical Institute. The institute is set by faculty members who have had professional and practical experience in engineering, architecture, computer-aided drafting and design, computer and electronic fields. The institute is accredited by the Accrediting Commission of Career School and college, and is authorized to confer 2 years associate degrees by the New York State Board of Regents. We are happy today we could have invite the representative, Ms. Francina Garcia, to talk about a little bit about what the Island Drafting can offer team for the career planning. Let's welcome Francina.
Hi guys, good evening. Thanks so much for taking some time out to listen to all the presenters as well as IDTI. I'm going to share my screen real quick. All right, so welcome to Island Drafting and Technical Institute. I am Fran. I am the admissions representative here at Island Drafting. And today I'm going to take you guys through some information about our programs and what we have to offer for you guys. So IDTI is located here on Long Island in the village of Amityville. We're both convenient for both Nassau and Suffolk residents. We're near some major parkways, and we're within walking distance at LIRR and bus routes. So if you do not have a car, we are walkable to multiple different bus transportations. We are a small specialized school, so we do offer small class sizes. We only offer in-person classes, especially everything going on with COVID, but we are equipped as a school to be remote if we have to be remote. We also are a commuter school, so you guys can stay close to home. So as I mentioned, we offer a 2-year associate degree program. Our first ones are a computer-aided drafting and design architectural program. Our start date for this is in September and January. And our other program is our electronic and computer service technology program, which our start date is only in September. So what is an AOS degree? It's an Associates in Occupational Studies. It's a career-centered degree in which all courses relate directly to preparing our students for their specific careers. So what's the difference between IDTI and other trade schools? As I mentioned, we offer an accredited AOS degree, so Associates in Occupational Studies. We are accredited by the Commission of Career Schools and Services. And the difference between us and a trade school is that you'll come out with a vocational certificate through a trade school, while with us, you'll come out with the associate's degree. So as I mentioned, one of our first programs we offer here is our computer-aided drafting and design architectural program. So we'll give you through the basic instruction through advanced architectural design drafting, develop skills to successfully produce both manual and computer-assisted production drawings. And we give you an emphasis on drawing concepts for architectural construction, detailed production drawings, and computerization techniques of these drawings. This is just an example of some of the work that you'll be working on if you're interested in our drafting program. And this is our course catalog for the drafting program. As I mentioned, we do have an AOS degree. So if you're thinking about how other colleges run with an associate's degree, you would be taking your general education courses like English 101, Math 101. With us, you're going right into your field of study. So you'd start off with drafting IA all the way down to architectural V. This is the way our courses are set up. Each course is 3 credits each. Totaling by your graduation, you'll have 60 credits in total to obtain your degree. Our next program is our Electronic and Computer Service Technology program. This is a hands-on training in installation, operation, and maintenance of electronic and computer systems. A lot of our graduates will know the knowledge to diagnose, troubleshoot, configure, install, upgrade, and repair computer hardware and software. I like to call electronics and computer service technology students our little mini IT students. So a Raspberry Pi example was something you're going to get on your first day class. It's the size of a credit card. So think about when you have a credit card in your hand. It's like an SDD card inserted into the slot of a board that acts as the hard drive for the Raspberry Pi. You're building this as your first day in class with us. So it actually becomes something that you'll use for projects. This could be for spreadsheets, word processing, brewing the internet, playing games, and using high definition video. And you can carry it around with you through your whole time through IDTI or into your career. And this is an example of what it looks like. Again, our program set up the same way as our drafting program, where you're still go right into your fields of study. You'll be doing electricity A for the 3 credits, all the way down to networking 2 for 3 credits. Everything's in order. Each course is 3 credits each, totaling the 60 credits in total to graduate. So our schedule is a little different than other colleges, as you may see. You are taking 15 credits to complete in a semester, but you're taking 1 course at a time. So what do I mean by that? You're going to start in the first day class, let's say June 1st, let's say. June 1st, you start the class. You're in class for 12 days. The 12th day, you'll take a final, and the 13th day, you'll row into the next course. Each course is 3 weeks long. You'll take 20 courses, 3 credits each, equaling the 60 credits for your graduation requirement. We do offer classes Monday through Thursday from 7:45 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. That's our morning session. We also offer an afternoon class that's from 1:15 to 6:15 p.m. And then we do offer night options for people who do work full-time or need to take night classes. This program's a 2-year program, which is Monday through Wednesday, 6:30 to 10:30 p.m., and that's in our evening classes. The Monday through Thursday courses are offered for 15 months, so you do graduate a little bit earlier than the 2-year program. We do also offer holidays and vacations like other colleges, but you'll be going throughout the whole year instead of having major breaks in between for like winter break and summer break. You'll be going to school during those times. So job placement and completion statistics. So in 2020, our annual report statistics had an 86% graduation rate and a 96 placement rate. Everything going on with COVID right now and the job market, both our fields of study are doing very well in our students getting employment. Think about for electronics and computer repair, a lot of companies, a lot of schools, any sort of business needed someone to repair a computer, especially when everyone went remote. So there was a dire need for people in this field to actually know how to repair a computer. Alongside with our drafting as well. Drafting, you can go into tons of different areas in different businesses and engineering. We have a lot of students that went up and working in pool companies. I mean, a lot of companies you're thinking of that were in dire need of drafters, they were there as well. The employment was there as well. So going off of what I just mentioned about how job employment is, we do offer personalized student services. So we offer financial aid and FAFSA assistance through our college. We do offer academic support from our instructors because there are small class sizes. Your instructor's there to help you. Alongside with the way our classes are set up, you're in class for 5 hours a day. So the first half of the class, you're going to be doing lecture during that time, and the other half is lab. So any questions you may have, you can go to your instructor and ask the instructor during the lab period. We also offer employment services for our students. So resume writing, interview skills, job search techniques. This is part of your curriculum. In order to graduate from IDTI, you must take an employment services course. So you're getting your hands-on learning through that at our career services department. They'll help you edit your resume if you need it. They'll help you prep your resume if you've never written one before. Alongside, if you do get an interview, they'll prep you for those hard questions that their interviewer may ask you. We also offer placement services for completion. So let's say that down the road, you graduate with us, you're at a company and the company has a big layoff, you're in that group, you're looking for different employment. Because you're an alumni IDTI, our doors are always open to help you find employment. So an admissions checklist, what would happen if you were interested in enrolling with me today? You would schedule an appointment to meet with the admissions representative, which is me. You would then complete an admissions interview. From there, if you're interested in our drafting program, you take a complete spatial relations test, which is about 20 minutes. If you weren't interested in our drafting program, but our electronics one, you'd bypass that step. Both programs, you'll fill out and return a paper application with a $40 application fee. And from there, you'd schedule an appointment with our financial aid representative to find out what you could qualify for federal and state aid to determine your tuition cost. We also offer finalizing our schedule, our final appointment with an admissions representative, with me again, to submit and require admissions documents. Again, your high school diploma, your GED, your immunizations. You would then sign an enrollment agreement and additional enrollment paperwork. And then you pay a $100 enrollment administration fee to officially reserve your seat in class. So our admissions checklist is a little different than other colleges, but it's very quick. You can do it in one day. You could do it in 3 weeks, however you feel comfortable in the process. This is just a Google form if you're interested. I can send the link in a group chat. But thank you, and if you're interested, as again, we're an rolling admissions school, so any questions, I look forward to answering them. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Fran, for the information. So we do have some questions that I received. First is for John. John, it seems to you it's like it's the heavy equipment operation. Does the student who participate in your program has some health requirement to do so?
So the requirements for our program are you need to have either a high school diploma, a GED, or you can pass what's called an ability to benefit test. That's a test that we proctor right here. It's online, and it's basically high school math and English. So even if you didn't pass high school, you're in 11th, 12th grade, you can actually take this test and still complete the program before graduating. The physical requirements are you need to be able to lift 25 pounds. You need to be able to climb a ladder. And you need to have at least 20/40 vision. Those are the only requirements. And typically what we do is we offer potential students a tour of the school where they come down. We make appointments on the weekend. We are open 7 days a week also, so we're very flexible with our scheduling. Because we have some students that are still working full time and they'll just come on the weekends. But we'll take them through a tour, show them, the program, and make sure that they can, get up in and out of the machine if they feel like maybe they have some kind of disability, just to kind of ensure that they're able to complete the program. But the requirements are pretty basic. You don't need a driver's license. So yeah, that's pretty much the only requirements we have.
Okay, the next question for you is, could you share with us the employment rate on your institute?
So the employment rate we did last, we came to 60. It was 68 and change, like 69%.
69, that's pretty good.
Yep.
And also, you think that you help them to get a license, right, or certificate to run the machine. Does that license go for only good for in the New York State, or they could use the license elsewhere in the other state?
So it's a certificate that you get. You also get an operator card, and because our heavy equipment is monitored through OSHA. OSHA is a federal agency, so your training is good nationwide.
I see. Okay, thank you very much.
Sure.
And now I got some questions for Brad.
Can you hold on 1 second? Hold on.
Brad, you mentioned about a national certification. What does that mean? Is for all the programs in BOCES or just a certain?
So that's a great question. Thank you for asking. Many of our programs do have either a state or national certification to make them eligible to work anywhere in this country. For over 50 years, we have been producing BOCES certificates, which are definitely recognized in each industry. However, I will speak towards certain programs and the certifications that are aligned. In Automotive Institute, our mechanics classes, those students do take ASE student exams. ASE stands for Automotive Service Excellence. So your certification will come through ASE alongside of Nassau BOCES. In construction, we just upgraded 2 of our programs in the curriculum for plumbing and our trade electric program. Both of those are currently getting certifications through NCCER. That's the National Center for Construction, Education, and Research. So that national certification will certify these students to work anywhere in the country. Our refrigeration air conditioning program, the students will come out with an EPA Section 608 certification. They'll take that exam and be certified to handle type 1, type 2, type 3, which are small appliances, high pressure, very high pressure, low pressure, and universal. In cosmetology, we will have a New York State cosmetology license. So students will be, once they complete our 1,000-hour program or part of the 1,000-hour program, they can get a provisional certificate from New York State, ultimately by taking a written exam and a board exam, a practical. In healthcare, all of our programs are certified through Certified Health Professionals. That is CHP, again, a national certification, so they can work anywhere in the country. So it is a nice combination of both BOCES certificates as well as national and state level certifications. The only one I did not mention in construction was welding. Although we do not offer the American Welding Society exam, the AWS exam, our last class in the program is, in essence, AWS test prep to make sure that we are gearing you up for the exam and setting up the students the best we can.
Okay, thank you. And also we have another question. The parent asked me, for those courses that they take it at the BOCES, some of the courses, can they be transferred as a credit to college?
So would some of our CTE classes transfer as credits to a 2 or 4 year college?
Oh, that's great to know. And also,
no, that was the question.
yes.
So I don't believe that they will transfer. I will say I'm happy to speak with any 2 or 4 year college to provide any background and course overview to hopefully allow students to get college credits for our classes. We definitely have all of our credit hours for each class on our website for each course, so you understand how many hours you would be in class, but I'm happy to talk to any admissions director or anyone at any 2 or 4 year college to hopefully find out if some of our classes will align for college credit for students.
Okay, then I have another question. If a high school student, they want to join the BOCES program, let's say for nurse aid or something, how do they apply?
So for the adult education program, if you're
a high school student.
Great. So for high school, that is a separate process. Ultimately, you'd be working with the guidance counselors in your high school, in your district, and more importantly, in your high school. If you are interested in applying to get into one of our career and technical ed programs in high school. So juniors and seniors, and sometimes students are often even extended if they do qualify for sponsorship through Access VR to continue into the high school program thereafter. So I would talk to your high school guidance program. If you have any difficulty getting in touch with someone or getting the right answers, you're more than welcome to reach out to us in adult education, and we can try to steer you in the right direction and connect you with the right people if you are looking to gain admission to the high school programs at Barry Tech and GC Tech.
Thank you, Brad. Now I have some questions for Fran. Fran, the same question I asked Brad. Can the credit they earn at your institute, at your college, can be transferred to the other colleges?
So it goes along the lines of what the college will accept from the associate's degree program. Like any other 4-year university, they might take some credits, they might not take any. It just depends on the school. We are paired with a 4-year college in the Bronx. We're in a signed agreement with them that all credits from our school can be transferred over to theirs, but specifically for a bachelor's degree program in business administration. So it just depends on the college, but that's like anywhere. Even if you went to community college, sometimes other schools will only take a certain amount of credits or they'll take all. It just depends on what the university will accept.
Thank you. And also the question is, since some of your courses, like it seems to me that you need to have some computer background or some related like a training. How a high school student, if they want to apply to a college, what would your suggestion to them in the high school curriculum? What can they do?
What they can do for more background, is that what your question is?
Yeah, in order to get into your school.
Absolutely. So we have a lot of students that come from BOCES. We have a lot of students who come from no background in electronics or drafting. They come in. We have all different types of levels. That's, I think, the bonus of what our school offers is that you can have someone with coming on entry level experience or someone who's been in the field for a while and looking just to get their degree. For high school students, take classes that you're interested in. Take classes in if they have a computer repair class, if they have a class that you can learn a little bit about coding or things like that. Always just get your foot in the door a little bit if you're interested. A lot of my students that end up coming from the high school going to us after they graduate, they've taken some classes that interest them. If their school offers an architectural class where they can learn basics of drafting, they end up falling in love with it, and that's how they find our school. So take what interests you, but again, you don't need any classes to join our school. It's just you would obviously need your high school diploma to come to us or in a GED. But as the background wise, no, you can come in with any type of experience.
Okay, thank you. Now my last question is for all of you. Since most of the program that your school provide has a get a certification or license, but if for some students they don't pass the license the first time, can they still go back to the school to get some assistance until they can pass the license? How,
I'm
how
happy.
about the Brett? You can go again first.
Sure. So yes, there's always an opportunity to come back and either retake classes or retake certain assessments to get you through to move forward and earn that certification. Each program has a slightly different policy around whether it's taking a class over or taking an exam over or a retest. So each one is specific to each industry. But yes, ultimately, if you do not pass it on the first go, that's all right. We'll definitely find the right opportunity for you to be able to earn a credential and move forward.
Thank you. How about John for the Learn Center? License.
So again, we're a little. You're not actually. We don't have any actual like written tests. Our training consists of hours of training. Basically, at the end you get an 84-hour certificate of training. Now we will. You have to be proficient, on the equipment and run them safely to be able to complete the course, complete the curriculum. So they're each student is monitored by the instructor on a daily basis, and give them feedback and graded as they go. So we'll do our best to get, if we see, we get a student in right away and we see, and we've had it a couple times with a couple students that were just, as we like to call them, cowboys, where they just, you're running a really heavy piece of equipment that's dangerous. So if you're going to come and you're not going to pay attention, you're going to be on your phone and, you're going to do dangerous things, then we're going to drop you from the course. So we're not going to let students that aren't serious about the curriculum and about the program continue through it. But, with the exception of a couple, really severe cases, we haven't had any issue of a student getting through the program. And again, there's no actual test, but we'll stick with the student long enough where we're confident that through the 84 hours that they are, you're not going to be a professional operator when you're done with the program, but you'll know how to operate the machine and operate it safely. It's essentially they're getting 84 hours of seat time.
But they do have to get a license, right? Do they?
It's not an actual license per se, like, when you go to the DMV, you get a license to drive a car. There's no mandated driver's license for equipment. It's only regulated by OSHA. So you need to be certified to know how to run the equipment safely. So that's essentially what we're teaching you, but we're also teaching you how to be able to run the equipment you know, in real life situations, of, you know, you had a job on with a, you know, construction, you know, in the construction industry that you know what you're doing. It's not like you just, you know, again, you won't be a professional, but you'll have the ability to get into a job as an apprentice and be able to at least know how to operate the equipment.
Thank you very much. So if you have some questions and would like to find out from the three schools, please, you can still email the teams at levitonpl.org. We'll be more than happy to forward the question to the representative. So before I wrap up today's program, I just want to remind everybody, the Leviton Library, we provide a lot of career-related programs like meet the professionals and college major exploration program. We constantly upload a new program to our website, so you can find out the more upcoming program by going to the www.levitonpl.org for the more information. And thanks again to Brad, John, and Francina to share this wonderful information with us, and say thank you all for joining us for tonight's program. I wish everybody have a nice evening.